Greetings. Ah. Aha. Oh. Aha. Oh. Hold on. Okay, I think we're good. Let's go. Let's go to the X, oh baby. Let's go to the X, oh baby. That's exhibition, not like ex-girlfriend or boyfriend. You don't want to go to those X's. The exhibition is fun because there's rides and food and shows and stuff. Let's go to the X, oh baby. 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 It's fun to be at the CNE at the X, oh baby. Yeah, we get a little more light on the subject here. Hold on a second. Yeah, can't quite reach. Hold on. There we go. Okay. Excellent. In the chat, and greetings, little retro rocker. I did see you come in first to arrive, at least the first to arrive and say anything. Just had a horrible lunch of expired 3 days ago luncheon meat chicken. It was all deliciously dry and rubbery, and some cheese in a wrap because I needed something so I could take my pills, but I didn't. Yeah, I didn't have anything. So, a question for you: doing some cooking here. I can really only do the one camera at this point in time. So, do you want to see more of me, or do you want to see the food cooking? I mean, I'll talk to you either way, but what do you want to see? Do you want to see me, or do you want to see the food cooking? Let me know. Let me know what you want. I aim to please. Thank you, Funk. Thank you. Alright, Little Retro Rocker wants to see me. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. I am more delicious than food, apparently. Funk doesn't care as long as there's lots of blood and guts. Got it. Okay. Well, this is me cooking. There might be. I have a big knife. I'm going to clean it. So what we are making today is meaty pasta. So we're going to take a portion of that and make a baked pasta with it as well. So we're kind of doing two things at once here. So meaty pasta, and then we'll take, I guess, 4 portions of that, which is usually the ratio, and grate up some cheese, mix in some sauce, and we'll make a nice baked pasta, basically like a. You've seen me, most of you have seen me make that before. It's like a poor man's lasagna. It's a lazy lasagna. A lasagna. But it's very good. Let's see. Jordan's already waiting for the kitchen mishap. And Funk wants to see the food. Luna wants to see the food. Alright, so we got 1 for me, 2 for food. Yeah, well, we could do it as a poll. Let's do it as a poll. I can do that. poll going. It's only running for 3 minutes. Just a nice short one. So vote now. Are we going to look at me or are we going to look at food? I've got enough cord to do either, so.
Pinch my cheeks.
Okay. There's your nice pinchable cheeks. How you doing, kiddo?
Got more than I bargained for.
Yes. Well, I'm all about bonus material.
Oh boy.
Special edition extras. Did you just leave this out to taunt me? You're like, haha, I ate all the cheese. I'm just gonna leave it right there for you to discover. What you gonna do about it? I already ate it. So I'm making a big batch of meaty pasta and gonna do some of it as a baked pasta with cheese. Like a lasagna type thing. So it gives us a little more portions. So we'll have like, I don't know, 5 or 6 regular meaty pastas and then we'll have like 6 baked pastas.
Oh, so I thanked Cass for the gift card.
Oh, good.
He was like...
Did you tell him about your amazing budgeting for it?
Yeah. He was like, oh wow, good job.
Yeah. Rose got a $50 gift card for the Gap from Cass.
I want to say it.
And she's going to tell you the story.
Basically they had like a flash sale going on. So on top of like things being half price already, there was a 50% discount code and a 10% discount code. So I got like $100 $115 worth of stuff for only $50. Well, like less, like $49.35 or something. And because the order minus the discount codes was over $50, I got free shipping.
There you go. That's how you use a gift card. Get the most mileage out of a gift card right there.
I only got 4 things, but yeah.
But you got 4 things from the Gap, which is usually expensive. So,
yeah. Like socks were $20.
You're commenting that thongs are really cheap.
Yeah. I was looking at like all the stuff in the women's and there was like a 95-cent thong.
And I said, well, it's probably because they don't require a lot of material to make them.
Also, the thing that sucks with Gap is like they're really expensive, but they have like a very specific style.
Yeah.
I did find things that I liked.
Yeah.
It's difficult.
So, I gotta check on the poll here. Let's see. Who's voting if they wanted to see the food or see me? Holy shit, 80% for food. Okay then. The people have spoken. Alright, get out of the kitchen. Okay. Crazy kid. Alright, food it is. The people have spoken. I'll try to do as much as I can in view of the camera so that you can get the most food action possible. Alright. Alright, let me see what you can see there. I can't see anything. Hold on. Okay, that's pretty close. I'll just straighten it up in a sec here. Just hold on. That's good. Actually, I don't mind this because it means I can move around a little more. Let's angle you guys up a bit. Yeah, that's not bad. Just a little more. Alright, that's fine. I mean, this is the more exciting side anyway, because this is where I'll be making the sauce. This is just going to be boiling the noodles, so. Alright. Well, let's, and it's actually good because then I don't have the tripod blocking the other entrance to the kitchen. So you got a big tube of ground beef here. Expires on the 27th, so we got lots of time on that. We're, of course, cooking it up right now. So we want to crank this up. to about 3/4. I always get these big tubes because they're weren't on sale this time. They're usually about 15 bucks for a tube like this. So actually, no, they were slightly on sale. They're usually a little more than that, like $18, something like that. But yeah, you get a lot of meat. I often get these when they're on sale. They often go on sale for about half price. So you'll get one for like $8 or something. So I'll get a couple of them then. Alright, so we're just gonna break this up. And why do we have smoke pouring off of the burner? Is there grease on there maybe? Could be some grease on there. Alright, so we'll just break it up a little bit. We'll be breaking it up more as we go. So, alright. There. Alright, no more smoke, good. So this will be a little bit of a process because we're kind of doing a couple things at once here. So where's our donation goal at? I know we made some progress yesterday. We're sitting at 540. Okay, so 540 remaining. We got, what, 9 days left in the month. We want to knock out as much of that as we can because that'll be going towards bills and food, my gummy supply, and anything left over after all of that will go towards some of the computer parts to get the other computer up and running. Once we get both computers up and running, then we can start focusing on upgrades. Just, you know, probably additional RAM and you know, hard drives and things like that. So there we go. I love the fresh ground pepper. And this isn't this garlic powder. This was originally just powder, but this is actually the granulated garlic, the Indian stuff that I get. It's really good. There we go. And I think this time we'll throw a little oregano in there too. Just give it a little bit of Italian goodness. There we go. I often, when I make homemade garlic bread, I often use oregano along with the garlic. It gives it a nice Italian flavor. And greetings, Crolat. Yes, we are in the kitchen again. Hey, Garbage Gamer, how's it going, dude? Excelente. Alright, so we'll just let that sizzle for a little bit. We'll mix it up after. So next up we want to get the where is it here? Want to get the pasta going. Pasta. So today's pasta, we'll just be doing some penne rigate.
Little Retro Rocker 6 donated $10 just to get the ball rolling.
So we did a brief test yesterday of the new setup. Couldn't really show it very well on stream, so I was still broadcasting with the phone, but we ran Cyberpunk 2077 on the new system. And I went into the graphical settings with the intent of cranking things up just to see how high we could go. And yeah, so it had already defaulted to all of the highest settings with full ray tracing and everything. So I love my 3060. Holy shit. We are going to be having some fun with that, let me tell you. Oh yeah, that's another thing the donation goal will be going towards is a GeForce Now subscription so we can make full use of all available resources on the single PC while we work towards getting the second PC back up and running. So, should be pretty sweet. But it looks like even without GeForce Now, I can actually run Cyberpunk with max settings. I'm thinking it's because I'm doing it at 1080p and not 4K. If it was 4K, we'd need something more robust, but because I'm just doing it at 1080, I can have all the graphical effects and whatnot cranked, and it'll look great. So, yeah. So there's that, and then of course Fortnite. I haven't tried Fortnite yet, but Blade was telling me he has a gaming laptop with an RTX 2070, so he always plays it with full ray tracing as well, and he said it looks really good. So definitely looking forward to checking that out. Hey, thanks, little retro rocker. There you go. Getting the ball rolling. Hey, why don't we get a $10 train going? $10, $10. There we go. Yeah. This is good. So actually turn this up a little more. I've started using higher heat for meat. A, because it cooks faster, and B, boils off the excess juices. Like for something like this, you want to do that. But you don't really even need to drain it. It just kind of boils it off. There we go. Stray little piece there. So our sauce today will be Classico. This is one that Rosie picked out. It's Florentine spinach and cheese. She said she just went to grab anything that said cheese on it. So, I mean, there's not a ton of cheese in this, but it does have some of that nice flavor, right? So, good stuff. So we use the Classico. We throw in a couple cans of mushrooms. No salt added to the mushrooms here, and we also have some diced tomatoes, also no salt added, because there's plenty of salt in the actual sauce. What? What was that? I'm busy. Anyway, yeah. Hi. What? This is why I usually have my alerts turned off. What? What do you want? Okay, you know, timing is just terrible with some of these people. It's like I'm sitting on my ass staring at the wall for hours and hours, and then no messages, nothing. Nobody messages me, nobody talks to me. And as soon as I stream, everybody wants to message me. It's like, for fuck's sake. Timing, people. Be aware of what I do. Like, I'm busy now. I wasn't an hour ago. But, whatever. Anyway. So this is coming along nicely. The thing I love about meaty pasta is it's so easy to make, and you can get so much mileage out of it. You know? Great stuff. One day I would love to have a house and just have like cameras wired up in different areas for different types of streams. So like I'd have a permanent setup in the kitchen with a couple of cameras there, and I'd just go into Streamlabs and switch to the cooking stream, and bam, everything's good to go. We're in the kitchen with amazing lighting and beautiful angles on everything, and yeah, it's just, I don't know. We can dream, right? Alright. I think we'll just put a little margarine in there. Just a little margarine. A little bit. There. That will melt over the course of time. And for our cheese, with the when we get to the baked pasta part, we'll be using Cracker Barrel marble cheddar, which of course I really only ever buy cheese here in Canada when it's on sale. When it's on sale, it usually goes on sale for like half price, so you know, a block like that is normally about $16. So I get it when it's like 7 or 8. Needless to say, that block was 7 or 8. I don't remember specifically how much, but yeah, cheese. It's fucking expensive here. There's still no, there's nothing. All right. Look at that, browning up nicely. Very nice. That's good. Just break it all up. I've never done meatballs before. I know some people like meatballs, but maybe I'll do that someday just for the heck of it. But I do kind of prefer it like this, where it's almost like a chili or a stew, where it's just like big chunks of meat in there and all mixed in with the sauce, and it's good shit. So in addition to all the other stuff, we will of course also be putting in a full 750 gram bag of peas and carrots to get some veggies in there. So that's good. Alright, good. How did we do that? Did we knock you guys a little bit? I think we did. There. How's that? That's pretty good. Huh. Hey, thrust bones, make friends with a dairy farmer. Yeah, no kidding, eh? Or become a dairy farmer. There you go. My folks did have an egg farm for a while. That was cool. That was actually what put me on to how wonderful free-range eggs are. And I swear by them now. I never buy anything other than free range. It's just such a difference in flavor and goodness, and vitamins. You know. Yeah, it occurred to me, like some of my cooking streams lately, I haven't really been showing the food. It's just been me in the kitchen, just because I was having trouble getting the second camera going again. So, yeah.
Garbage Gamer donated $100.
Cheers. Holy shit, Garbage Gamer. Bam! Wow, dude, thank you so much. Hey, I don't know if you heard the specs on the new machine. I think you'll appreciate this. Well, you probably have already assumed it's pretty good if I was playing Cyberpunk with max settings. So, it's an 11th generation i5. I've already gone into the BIOS and overclocked it. It was set at 2.6 gigahertz. I cranked it up to 4.4. To be fair, it's rare that it's going to hit that maximum speed anyway. I just wanted to have it available if it should ever need it, like I'm doing some heavy rendering or something. But most like idle stuff like this, it's not going to go any higher than 2.6 anyway. But yeah. So anyway, it's 6 cores with hyperthreading. I didn't actually know that the new i5s had hyperthreading. I'm like, ooh, hyperthreading, sexy. So, and also cheaper than an i7 or i9. And yeah, so basically got that. So it's 11th gen i5, 6 cores, 12 with the hyper-threading. 16 gigs of RAM, just 2 8 gigs sticks. Likely going to upgrade that at some point, but they are configured as dual channel, so yay. The system drive is a 512 gigabyte M2 SSD. Yeah. Fuck, that thing is fast. Like, it loads into Windows so fucking fast, it's ridiculous. And also just generally, like, it loads Streamlabs so fucking fast. I've never seen Streamlabs load so fast before. It's amazing. So yeah, loving that. And then the graphics card is a it's an RTX 3060. Now here's the thing: if you buy a pre-build, you don't really have a choice what brand of card you get in there. So check this out. You know what it was? I opened it up to just take a look inside and you know, check everything out, see what kind of parts they put in it. It's an Asus ROG Strix 3060. I was like, what? That's like, if I was just to buy one, that's what I would buy. Like, that is exactly the model I would have bought. So, yeah, totally lucked out there. That's what my 1060 is. It's an ROG Strix, and I love it. It's the one that's actually overclocked at the factory, and it has three. It's like a lot larger card than the cheaper ones, and has 3 fans on it plus all the cooling fins. But yeah, so I fired up Cyberpunk with this thing, and it's like, let's see how Cyberpunk runs. I mean, that's like the crisis of today. Like, this is the one you use to test your gear. Fired up Cyberpunk, and this was before I'd even overclocked the CPU, actually. This was still at the stock speed. And it ran it all at max settings. So I was like, oh my god, the reflections everywhere. The puddles, the light, the rain, the neon. So, yeah, we're going to be having some fun with that. See? ROG Strix, man. That's what I'm talking about. That is the shiznit. I mean, I just generally love Asus anyway. They're just such a consistently excellent brand. I have a lot of Asus stuff, but yeah, that was such a nice surprise. I was like, wow, Newegg, you got it going on, man. And yes, it was from Newegg, by the way. But I kind of lucked out too in terms of the timing, because it was a kind of a late Christmas season sale, like post-Christmas sale. So it's actually a $1,900 computer that I got for like $1,600, so like $300 off. So that was pretty sweet. So for all the hell of the beginning of the month, things have definitely started to shape up here at the end. Was that just you trolling me a little bit, 2022? Like saying, hey, buddy, you thought you had it bad last year. Look how we're going to start things off. You have no idea what we got in store for you this year. Fucker. Asshole. Dick. But then the people came through, and holy shit. Like, we're back up and running in no time, and better than ever before. Like, it's crazy how quickly things can go from good to shit to better than ever, you know. I'm definitely blessed, and love all you guys for making this possible, and I will definitely make it worth the effort for y'all, because we're gonna have a lot of fun this year. Gonna be a lot of games, a lot of streams, a lot of getting high and talking about whatever. It's gonna be great. I'm just opening up the cans here, just going to throw the veggies in. I usually do the canned ones first, kind of get them cooking in with the meat a little bit. And then we put the sauce in, mix that around. And then the last thing we put in is the frozen stuff. when the sauce and everything is all nice and hot already. So, yeah, good stuff. Oh, hey, by the way, Garbage Gamer, you'll be happy to know I have expanded the ways in which I prepare steak. I've actually really gotten into pan searing as of late, where I just put the pan up to a nice high heat, sear it on both sides, get that nice you know, zesty flavor, and also seals the juices in, and then finish it either on low heat or, actually one I want to try is do the pan sear and then finish it in the oven, kind of the Gordon Ramsay way. But I've been enjoying it. Your new year also started off with a bang. Oh dear, a good bang or a bad bang? What happened, dude? Tell me your tale of joy or woe, whatever the case may be. A tale of joy. Okay, well that's good. That's good. I'm glad to hear that. I think I've had enough woe for all of us. Whoa! Whoa! Hold on a second here. Alright, looks like the water is boiled. So we can get that going. Giving it a little bit more time there just to kind of boil off the juices. This is lean ground beef, so there's not a ton of fat in there, just enough to give it a nice sizzle, nice flavor. My preference is extra lean, but it tends to be more expensive. There we go. Almost a full kilogram of pasta. There we go. All right. Okay. Let's give that a little stir. Okay. So, mushrooms. Make sure they're all in there. Did I just lose one? Yeah. Hold on. I mean, ideally, you want to get fresh mushrooms, saute them, then put them in, but I can't be bothered to go to all that trouble. So canned it is. I sometimes use the canned on like frozen pizzas and stuff too, but fresh is always better, of course. Actually, no, with pizza, I usually just use fresh mushrooms. Just pre-sliced, put them in there, and it's good stuff. The pre-sliced are already washed, so you don't have to worry about that. You just kind of chuck them in there. Alright, and that. Now I gotta clean my sink. It's looking nasty in there. Nasty. Well, I'll read your story in a second there, Garbage. Just gonna stir all this up here. There we go. Damn it. Get it all mixed together there. Break it all up. There we go. Look at that. That's good. Turn this down a little bit too. Don't need it on like super heat. Okay. Let's see, what do we got? So job is going well. Got a 75-cent raise, so up to $16.75 an hour. After hunting for about 2 weeks on eBay, found a used PS5 for a great deal. Nice. Is it the disc one or the digital one? I'm assuming the disc one. And with the raise, I managed to snag a 70-inch 4K HDR TV from Walmart for $680. That is fucking awesome, dude. Yeah, that's definitely one of the goals for this year, is I want to get that big TV that I've been wanting forever. And actually, you know, seeing they've really come down in price. Like I was at Shoppers Drug Mart, of all places. Shoppers Drug Mart, just getting some food and some vitamins and shit. And they had a 65-inch RCA 4K HDR TV for $600. $600 Canadian, might I add. So that'd be like, I don't know, 400 something American. 65-inch 4K TV. Like, what? What? So, yeah, I think that 75-inch I've been eyeballing and dreaming of is going to be even more affordable now. So that may actually be feasibly possible this year. Just got to get the rest of the computer shit sorted out and we'll be all good to go. Getting the new system was the big hurdle. That was crazy. I have to say, I hate only being able to access the internet on my phone. I don't know how you zillennials do it. Alright, so we just take our two sauces and dump them in. I've actually had this one before. It's really good. The spinach and stuff really adds a nice flavor to it. Nice texture. It's very tasty. I mean, you can't go wrong with Classico. It's good shit just generally, so yeah. Make sure we get the spinach in there. Keep an eye on those noodles, don't want them to overcook. One thing I've taken to doing with the leftovers is storing the sauce and noodles separately, individually portioned for individual meals. So it just means that I end up using twice as many containers. So there'll be like one container for the sauce, one container for the noodles, and you just do it, and it's a 1-to-1 ratio. So you just put one sauce in with one noodles, and bam, there's a meal. You know. Oh, also, our microwave died, so we're trying to keep leftovers confined to things that can be heated up on the stovetop. Honestly, don't know if we're even going to bother getting another microwave, because stuff heated up in the microwave is not that good, generally. We do it because we're lazy. But, alright, so that's looking good. But on the stovetop, especially the pasta, I find it reheats really well. Like it's super, super tasty and just the right kind of texture, and so it's not all mushy, and it's just really good. Heated up on the stovetop, and it takes about the same amount of time. Really, it doesn't take very long. A little bit longer, I guess, but not by much. You know, so look at that. I mean, you could just have this. This could be the sauce right here, and this would be like good and hearty and tasty. Stick to your ribs. Lots of different textures and flavors in there. But we're going to go a little bit farther with it. There we go. Okay. That is good. Look at that. Oh, that looks so good. That looks so good. Just I could just eat it. Just sit there with a spoon and eat that, you know. Okay, TSL and Vizio brands like Fortnite. Yeah, TCL. That's what I was looking at, was TCL on Amazon. At the time, it was going for about $1,000, but this was actually a couple years ago. So I'm guessing they've come way down in price since then. So playing games in 4K with HDR, yeah, holy shit. If Grandma's Boy taught us you can heat anything up in the oven, even a banana. When the fuck are we getting a deluxe special edition Blu-ray of that, by the way? If ever a movie deserved that, it's Grandma's Boy. I fucking loved that movie. Absolutely fell in love with the geeky girl. I can't remember who it was. She was like some notable actress. But I think we all fell in love with her in that one. There we go. So now, not only would it have some extra nutritional value, but it'll also fill you up a little more and gives it some color. They say every day, eat a rainbow. Eat a rainbow. Gotta have some color in your diet. Look at that. I always get the peas and carrots rather than the mixed vegetables, because the mixed vegetables are like 50% corn. And while corn is delicious and very satisfying and enjoyable to eat, there's not a lot of nutritional value in it. And the husks in particular, your body literally cannot process. If you ever notice, you have corn the next day, what's in your poop? Corn! Fully formed, completely unaltered corn. So, yeah, so I was like, well, that, I mean, I'm obviously not getting anything from that because it's just passing it through whole. So, I decided to look at alternatives, and I found that the local supermarket had this thing of just peas and carrots. I was like, okay, that works. Yeah, peas and carrots, awesome. Now, let's just try a noodle here. I think these are probably good to go. Mm-hmm. Yep, those are perfect. All right. Just dumping them into the colander here. There we go. Good. So, now, I don't think we even need to bother heating this up all the way because it's just going straight into the leftovers. And then some of it is going into the meaty pasta bake. Alright. Speaking of which, let's do that, shall we? Just going to, hold on, I'm going to rinse this out. We need this, but we also need, hold on. We need cheese. Cheese, cheese, cheese. Cheese, please. And hello, Hunter, by the way. I did see you come in. Corn is a vegetable for people who don't like vegetables. Yeah, exactly. cheese. Okay, cheese. 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 Just gonna cut some slices here. Just be a moment. Here's my big knife. There it is. I swear, I just use the big knife for everything. It's supposed to be just for cutting vegetables. I use it for everything. It's big. Lots of leverage. Vegetables. Fuck your vegetables. Meat. Now, see? Like that? I can be vicious with my food opinions too. Meat! Vegetables. Yes, vegetables are what my meat eats. To become better meat for me to eat.
Mom?
Huh? What?
I thought my mom was here.
Okay, you guys just heard all the silly voices I made. Apparently she thought one of them was her mother. I was saying vegetables. And I said meat. And you're like, Mom? Mm-hmm. Well then. Vegetables. Apparently this is what her mom sounds like. Well, yeah. You know how when we talk about somebody, we'll use like an unflattering voice for them? I remember when Rosie first sort of discovered that, she said, whenever Mom talks about things that you said, she always makes you sound like and funny addendum to that story. One time, Annetta actually butt dialed me, and I heard her talking to her husband about the conversation we just had. And sure enough, every time she said the things that I said, it was I just kind of sat there and laughed because it reminded me of when Rosie said that. It was like, wow, Rosie was actually being quite accurate with how she described that. Now, I myself generally do not talk about people behind their back. I find it very tacky and petty, and that's just not how I roll. But I know that a lot of people do, you know, not necessarily, you know, out of any bad thing. Might just be they felt that they were wronged in some way, and that you just kind of, you know, go like that. But you know, I mean, I've certainly had people tell me stories about other people and used that voice for them. That's the I was talking to this person who's a total dumbass voice, you know. Yep, I'm sure that's exactly how the conversation went. Please continue with your lovely story. I'm just going to eat this piece. I'm afraid I'm going to slice my thumb open. Alright. That should be enough cheese. If it isn't, we'll grate some more. Yeah, always grate your own. Don't go with the pre-grated. Pre-grated tends to be drier. You'll find even as you grate it that you run your fingers through the grated, sticks together more. It's more like soft and delicious. Wonderful. All right, so we need to put some pasta in here. Yeah, you know, I normally just mix it in the pan, but I think this time we'll do it in the bowl here. So just be a moment here. So let's see, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, that going to be enough? Might need a little bit more. Okay. Alright, good. So now, just mix some of this in there. How thick this is, eh? It's like, I mean, you could just eat this, and it would be so satisfying and delicious and wonderful. Let's see how we're doing here. We want to have a fair amount of sauce to noodles ratio in here. That's pretty good. Maybe we could do a little more. A big heaping spoonful. Yeah, there we go. Just get that all in there. See, again, you could just eat this. This is meaty pasta right here. This is a meal. But we're going to do something a little different with it. This will all be regular meaty pasta. Oh, some mushrooms. Let's get some more mushrooms in there. Yeah, there we go. This is going to be just, this is going to be something else. Alright, that should be sufficient. Oh, it's heavy. Okay, now, basically, we just want to dump this in. Yeah, there we go. How's that for eyeballing? Excellent. Good. Just sort of spread this evenly in the pan. Oh yeah, actually that was pretty well portioned. I've done this a few times. I just kind of have a natural sense for the portioning now. There we go. Maybe just a little more sauce on this corner here, and a little bit more over here. Okay, now we take the cheese. Yeah, I think we're going to want one more block. Just hold on a second. Not quite enough. Very close, but not quite. Yeah, essentially you get one of these big blocks of cheese. You end up using literally half of it for one of these. But it's more substance to it, which means you chop this up into six portions, and normally this would be 4 portions of just regular meaty pasta. That's largely thanks to the cheese and the, you know, kind of breaking it up a little more. Just so you can see what I'm doing. This is the fill in the gaps block. And then the rest we're just going to portion off into individual meals for just regular meaty pasta. There we go. Always be careful with those last couple strokes because the cheese grater will slice your fingers. And you'll have chunks of thumb in with your cheese. You don't want that. Be paranoid of it. Be afraid at all times. It could happen to you. Alright, so we want to kind of fill in those gaps. No cheese gaps here. I mean, it'll melt and just kind of flow around everything anyway, but still. You want to make sure everything is well covered. I did see that little piece that fell out. Don't worry. I'll get it. I'll get it. There we go. Doesn't have to be completely perfect, just enough to make sure it'll be able to flow all over everything. Get out all the little flaky bits. There we go. Oh, another little one. There we go. Okay. No cheese strand left behind. Alright. And oven at 425. Oh, this is heavy. Yeah, that is dense. That is very dense. Excellent. Fuck is like, oh, so that's how you grate cheese. I know. See? You learned something. My streams are educational. Ah, so thirsty. Cheese is love. Constipation in life is life. Unless you're lactose intolerant, in which case cheese is love. Explosive colon cleansing diarrhea is life. Yes. I'll take that over constipation, honestly. You just feel so cleansed afterwards. I'm sorry to tell you, you're lactose intolerant. Sweet! Never having constipation again. I mean, think about it. You're lactose intolerant. Your laxative is cheese. It's cheese. You have cheese to poop. I don't know. I'm not seeing a downside here. It's like, wow, okay, wait a minute. So I can enjoy cheese and basically flush my colon. Sweet! I wish everyone was lactose intolerant. They have no idea what they're missing. Funk says I was using my face. I hope for grating cheese and not dealing with your lactose intoleration. Some places you probably don't want to put your face. Just saying. Alright. Well, that's probably going to take about a half hour in the oven, so I'm just going to go for a smoke. I'll be back. I missed that one, Hunter. Move the sauce to the open burner so we can parachute into it. Alright, here, you know what I'll do is, I need to move this one anyway, so, here. There we go. So next time parachute opens up, I'll take the lid off, and you guys can all jump into the sauce. Mmm, my viewers are delicious. Is it parachute time yet? No. How do you bake pasta? Well, you just missed it. So what I do is basically here I can just show you. I just put it in the oven, so I can just show you here. So what you do is you make your pasta the way you normally do. In this case, we made let's grab a spoonful here. We made the short pasta, the penne, like that, and then just made a big pile of that, and then made a bunch of sauce, right? Nice hearty, meaty sauce, full of vegetables and goodness, and lots of ground beef. And then you take a big portion of it, and you mix it all together, and you put it all in a casserole dish like this. And then you grate cheese on top. So it's kind of like you're doing a lasagna, right? And then you can see it's just basically a mix of everything inside there with the cheese on top. And then you put it in the oven. And you put it in the oven until the cheese is melted and gets a nice bit of golden crust on top. Just a little bit, just enough to get that flavor. And then there you go. And then you let it cool a little bit. That particular pan gives you about 6 good hearty portions. Slice it up, serve it up, and there you go, baked pasta. So it's like a kind of simple lasagna, I guess, if you think of it that way. So it's good. I've made it many times before. It's good. And then the rest I just portion off into like equal portions of sauce and noodles to be remixed and reheated later, just as a meaty pasta. And it's very good, very tasty. So essentially doing it that way, you get a bunch of leftovers and 2 similar yet different kinds of meals out of one batch of pasta and sauce. So it's good stuff. It's good stuff, man. Are we parachuting yet? No, not yet. Okay. That was great grading. Oh, in answer to your question earlier, Cinema Mike, I guess you missed when I showed the cheese. It's just it's a marbled cheddar from Cracker Barrel. It's very good. So it's like it's like white cheddar mixed with orange cheddar. Just has a nice flavor, nice texture. It's tasty. I like it. It's my usual go-to for cheese. I guess one thing we can do while we're waiting is portion off everything. Actually, one thing I think I'll do is empty the dishwasher and load it up again. So maybe we'll just turn you guys around a little bit so you can see more of the kitchen action. How's that? How's that looking? Yeah, that works. Oh, parachute drop is ready. Shit, as soon as I move the camera. Hold on, everybody wants to jump into the sauce, so here we go. Let's get you back in the sauce here. There, can you see the sauce? Alright. Everybody ready? There you go, jump into the sauce. Let me stir it up a bit for you. There you go. Alright, Banzai. Geronimo, everybody. Just jump right in there. We angle it a little bit. There we go. That's a little better. I thought that'd be good, him screaming in the sauce. That is a good looking sauce, I gotta say. Well chosen, Rosie, for the spinach and cheese. Some good looking sauce. Whoa. I'm okay. Well, it looks like Luna Moon won again. Wow, what a cheater. Man. I don't know how she keeps doing it. So, I'm not sure. We might be able to get 5 or 6 meaty pastas out of this. We shall see what we can do. Okay. Alright, so first things first, I just want to get the dishwasher sorted here so we can have a little more counter space and portion things off a bit. Hold on. There. How's that? Yeah, that kind of works. put the other one? Oh, there it is. Yeah, we'll take these out. Portioning. I think I got some dishwater in the pasta, so we'll just give that a little rinse here. Barf. Okay, little doggy almost made it, Mike. Almost. But not quite. Not quite good enough. Ow! Damn. Stabbed my thumb. See, I have this thing about, I always have all the utensils sticking upward. The idea being I feel like it's getting more clean that way. And well, I just reached down and got stabbed by a steak knife in my thumb, so that's alright, I've got another one. Both another steak knife and another thumb. The important thing is the steak knife is unharmed. It's only bleeding a little bit. I got lots of blood left, I'm fine. Okay, so I can be dizzy. I'm gonna stop now. Actually, put this back a bit, so I'm gonna put the pan in here after. Anything else needs to go in there? We can put this in there, I guess. Sure. I do a lot of the pots just in the dishwasher because I'm lazy. And quite frankly, it gets them far cleaner than if I did them. So, that's fine. That's fine. Alright.
Boo.
Hello.
Hi.
Don't scare me when I'm using knives. I already stabbed myself once today. And that was just while I was cleaning the dishwasher. Sup? Hello. Just needed some love. Aww. My good little squish. What? Oh, okay. What? Get out of my way. Why are you in here? What are you doing? I gave you love, now go away. What? Why are you so needy today? Not that I mind. I love cuddles. Did you just fart?
No.
Oh. But as I gave you a squeeze, I heard a
No.
squeeze too hard. Might be able to squeeze 6 out of this. Let's find out.
6 farts?
6 farts, that's right. There, it's actually not a bad angle. Okay, so we're going to try to get 6. Let's see what we can do here. Generally it's 2 scoops of pasta per thing. It doesn't look like a huge portion when it's in the container, but when you put it in the bowl, it's actually more than it seems to be. Yeah, actually 2 might not be enough. That doesn't seem like a lot. Well, we'll see what we can do. If we can only get 5, we can only get 5. That's fine. Yeah, I think we're only getting 5, so do a 3rd scoop in each one. Like proper scoop. There we go. I mean, I could make 6, but it would be 6 that would not be as much. So, what's the point in that? Out of the way. Good. And then the others we'll use for sauces. So then we want to portion off 5 portions of sauce. You see. And then that will be our meals. That's not precarious at all. Okay, this isn't too hot, eh? Yeah, that's not too bad, so let's put those there. Okay, so now, you guys need a better angle. There we go. Yeah, you can kind of see what's going on there. Alright, if we put this over here, like that. So we'll do 2 initially, and we'll see how far that gets us. Hey look, dual channel sauce. Nerd joke. Dual channel sauce. I get it. Say, alright. I'm fine. Alright, so we got a little bit extra here. So it's kind of like 3 scoops of noodles to 3 scoops of sauce, you know. It's pretty good. We're pretty good with the portioning here in the Z house. Z house. Z house nicht. Yes. Anyway. Welcome to the Z house. Alright, let's see. We could do. Okay, these ones seem to be good. Maybe a little more in this one. Fuck. Go. No more sauce to jump into. Sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. There we go. Seal it, burp it. Seal it, burp it. There, so actually, doing it this way, we got more portions. Because normally when I do the meaty pasta, if we don't eat any at the time, we just do it for meal prep, I get 9 portions, typically. So with this, we got 5 portions of just the regular meaty pasta, and we'll have 6 portions of the baked pasta with the same amount of meaty pasta. So yeah, and the baked pasta uses basically 4 portions like this. So we turn 4 portions, like 4 meals, into 6 meals by making it into baked pasta. So that's pretty good. So I guess technically speaking, if we did it. Let's see, do 4, yeah, we could have 12 portions and then 1 meaty pasta. Could be the absolute maximum you can stretch these out. Alright, so it's all 1-to-1. There we go. So we'll do a sauce, pasta, sauce. And then a pasta sauce pasta. A sauce pasta sauce. And a pasta. 3 because that's the space between the shelves in my fridge. So we can fit those in there quite nicely. Yeah, let's go with this one. This one. And then just put 2 in front. And there we go. That is that. So with the baked pasta, we'll have a couple portions for, well, I guess an early dinner, late lunch, whatever. And then we'll be all set. Hey Michael, how's it going? I guess you weren't here last night when I was setting everything up, but yes, new PC has arrived. It's up and running. We're streaming with it right now. We did a test run yesterday of Cyberpunk, see how Cyberpunk looks. And I went into the graphical settings to see what I could adjust to make it prettier. And well, it had already chosen all of the maximum settings by default. Yeah, full ray tracing, the whole works, and it looked fucking gorgeous. So we are definitely going to be playing some of that soon. Probably going to wait until I get GeForce Now though, because then we can fully max everything out and not have it affect the stream performance at all. So it'll be the same as having like two GPUs. One GeForce Now handling the game, my local GPU handling the stream, and then we should be laughing. It's gonna be awesome. And Fortnite too. Fortnite is full ray tracing now, so it should be very pretty. Very pretty. Now we need to always give it the sniff test. If it still smells like food, you're not done. There we go. I find with sauce I have to do it a couple times. It's, I don't know, clings to everything, I guess. There, now that pan is ready for whatever later. Oh, is there a nick in there? There is. Something scratched my pan. Oh, damn. Hate it when that happens. Yeah, I was saying earlier, I think Cyberpunk was able to handle the max settings because I'm not running it in 4K. I'm just running it at 1080. So it's easier for it to handle. But that's okay. I don't mind. I can only stream at 1080 anyway, so there's no point in going higher. I mean, you would only go higher if you were doing like a local recording and not streaming, or just playing it for yourself, I guess. But yeah, it's pretty nice, pretty nice. All right, let's see how our baked pasta is doing, shall we? Let's see, you guys see? Yeah, you can see. You can see. Let's see what we can see. Oh, I think we're getting pretty close. Let's take a little look-see here. Look at that. That's looking pretty good. Alright, we still got a little bit of time left, so we'll, it's not quite, it's melted, but it doesn't quite have that crust on it yet. We want the crust. Crispy goodness. Resident Evil Village. No, because Resident Evil Village is not supported by GeForce Now. Google Stadia snapped that one up, and I'm not paying a cent for fucking Google Stadia. And you know the reason? Google Stadia is lower quality than GeForce Now. It only plays at about console level. And well, I have the console version of Resident Evil Village, so we could just play it there. There is talk that Stadia might be merging or something with GeForce Now, so I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Wow, that's so random, David. Because of being a registered voter. Are you sure that those are legitimate messages and not scams? I have seen you fall for a few email scams in the past, so be careful. We can't let Dom win with only 25. God damn it. Go get him, Vesius. Whoa, just barely. Nice. Alright, if you're sure. I don't know, it sounds kind of fishy to me. Like,
We've come to contact you about your car's extended warranty.
what? Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, because celebrities in particular, there's a lot of fakes out there. I mean, look how many things there are claiming to be from Elon Musk lately. He has nothing to do with any of those. It's somebody running a scam. So, all I can say is be careful. There's a lot of scammers out there that can be very convincing. And to prey upon people being naive. I know, right, Seth? I think he keeps pestering me. Political fundraiser? Oh, I see. Well, I mean, it's possible. It's kind of random you would think of that now, like almost 2 years later. But okay, cool. But yeah, $300 a play. I mean, those types of events do tend to be expensive. I mean, understandably. I mean, they're fundraisers, so they're supposed to be, special events and whatnot. So all about raising the bucks. Good old Tim Curry. Such a shame about the strokes that he had, but I love to see. I love that he still stays active and he's very gracious to the fans and such. You see him at conventions and such. He's just such a gentleman, such a sweetheart. Here's a question. You say you can sort of tell what generation someone's from based on where they recognize Tim Curry from. So, the thing I probably remember earliest would be Clue, or he was the butler in Clue. Although I do remember him also from Annie, the early '80s movie of Annie, where he was one of the bad guys. It was him and Carol Burnett were the two main villains in that, which was just wonderful casting. But you know, and of course, a lot of people know him from Rocky Horror and such. But I think most of us are probably not old enough to have seen Rocky Horror when it was new. But I remember seeing him in a lot of stuff. He's done a lot of science fiction and genre stuff over the years. I remember he was in, what was it, Earth 2, I think it was. Also had Clancy Brown in it. I think it was Earth 2. Very short-lived series. But then there was also, he also appeared in one of the original miniseries episodes of Lex. Yeah, and of course as the Russian scientist in, or no, not Russian scientist, the Russian sort of commander in Command and Conquer, Red Alert 3. That had an all-star cast. There was a lot of famous people in that one. But Pennywise, yes, good old Pennywise. His medical issues, yeah, a few years ago he actually had a really bad stroke. He's been wheelchair bound ever since. He survived, obviously, but and still does convention appearances and stuff. But it's definitely taken a lot of his energy out. He speaks very slowly now, but I mean, from seeing him interacting with fans, I mean, he's still all there upstairs. It's just it really affected his motor skills and such. So, but yeah. Muppet Treasure Island. Show me a better Long John Silver. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, it was a big one. I think it's probably a really big one for a lot of people. And has since, I think, been a little bit overshadowed by the new one. Because the new one being a theatrical movie, R-rated, and a little more modern, is a little more intense than the old miniseries version could be. But I love the old miniseries. Great cast in that too, and just really good stuff. And I mean Tim Curry, see that one for Tim Curry. But it and Home Alone 2, yeah, there you go. Oh, and voice acting, of course. I remember we talk about Mighty Max fairly often here, and how we all wish it would get a DVD release of some kind. And he was the voice of Skullmaster in that, one of the main recurring villains in it. And yeah, he was really good. He's done a lot of voice acting over the years. So, alright, I'll be back. I'm just going to check on the food here. We should be getting close. Oh, actually, we're done. We are done. Oh boy, this looks good. Holy shit. Alright, take a look here, guys. Take a look. You ready for this? You ready for this? Look at that. Oh, baby. Well, and don't fall into it. Look at that. Oh, that's perfection. That is perfection. Yes. So, we're just going to let this cool for a little bit, and then we can slice it up. All right. Excellent. Well, I don't know. I mean, to be fair, David, you can audition for things anytime. I mean, you might have auditioned and just not got the role. I mean, So it wouldn't have been that different, other than, hey, I went to an audition once. Here, let's give you guys a closer look. Look at that. Yeah. See, this is why you want the cheese all over, right? So it gets, it's got that nice crust on there, but it's still like creamy and gooey underneath. Yeah, that's some good stuff. All right. Good. Well, you guys can just stare at that and drool for a bit while I go pee and smoke. Oh, really? I didn't know about that little retro. Well, they may not have released that information until now. I don't know. Sometimes they don't release all the details until later, like a few days later. But, yeah, that's too bad about Betty White. Oh, that's really cool, Michael. Yeah. It was just announced. There's Michael Mann's done a sequel to Heat. There's a Heat 2 coming out, and Val's in it. Everybody's in it from the looks of it. So that's pretty cool. So I wonder if they're going to use that for that, maybe. I don't know. They did something similar for Roger Ebert when he lost his voice to cancer. Because he'd done so many shows and commentaries and stuff over the years, they basically took clips of it and made like a text-to-speech thing using his own voice. You know, it was pretty interesting. That was a little different though. It wasn't speech synthesis. It was using clips and vowel sounds and whatnot and consonant sounds to assemble words based on what he would type, and it would come out sounding like his own voice. Yeah, really, Dave? What gave it away? The fact that the stream looks normal again? Yes, indeed. It arrived yesterday. No, not at all. Well, I set it all up on stream. Most of it was, I mean, it was a pre-built, so there wasn't really anything to set up in terms of hardware. I basically just plugged it in, fired it up, and I already had all my software in. I keep all my software and installers in a centralized folder, so I had everything I needed pretty much right there. Google Chrome remembered all my settings because I have it all saved to the cloud. So all I had to do was reinstall Chrome and all my and log in, and all my settings came back. And the same thing with Streamlabs. Streamlabs saves everything, like backs everything up to the cloud, so it remembered all my scene layouts and everything. So we were able to do a regular stream pretty much right away as soon as I had everything installed, and that was it. So it was actually pretty painless. Probably the fastest setup of a computer I've ever had, like in terms of like a new computer. Yeah, it was pretty awesome. Like I was really pleased with how quickly everything went, and really glad I had the foresight to put all my installers into a centralized folder so I could find them all easily, with their serial keys and everything, obviously too. So, yeah, so that definitely helped. But yeah, in terms of everything else, it was already set up and pre-configured. All I had to do was fire it up and log into my Windows account and like my Microsoft account, and that was it. Seth is like, I used to be against cloud services until I totally wasn't. So many benefits. Well, yeah, one of which was it saved me so much fucking time in setting everything up. I was actually ready to go into the system files on the old system drive and pull all my Google stuff and manually transfer it over, because that's how you used to have to do it back in the day. And I know how to do that because I've had to do it before. And then it would port over all your settings and stuff through that. But I didn't have to do that. It just remembered everything. I'm like, oh, thank you. Like even my bookmarks and everything were all there. It remembered all my passwords. So yeah, it saved a lot of time. Oh, it smells so good. Holy shit. It's been a while since I made this. Oh, absolutely, David. Well, and not even just in case something goes wrong, because sometimes I like to do a full what they call a nuke and pave, where basically you just wipe everything clean and start fresh, basically just to improve the performance. Because over time, your computer can accumulate a lot of junk and whatnot. It's not as big a deal nowadays as long as you stay on top of like general maintenance. Like I run CCleaner and Malwarebytes fairly frequently, and I make sure that everything is optimized. Stay away from shady websites and malware and shit like that. So it hasn't been as big an issue. But I got into that practice because I would do that like once a year. I would just do a full reinstall of everything from scratch to improve the performance. And yeah, and it turned out that was just beneficial in a couple ways. For example, if my computer dies, as mine did, and I need to get a new one and reinstall everything. So, so now we're all back up and running. But I mean, we're back up and running within a few hours. Like, it didn't take very long to set everything up. So. Just don't put private photos on the cloud. I don't care. People want to see my dick pics, let them. I'll be back. Like, there's literally no photos I have that I would give a shit at all if they got leaked. Like I have nothing. I'm actually really boring. I don't have any deep dark secrets. I don't have any incriminating anything. It's just me. me slice this up now. Yes, I actually really wish I had known about that cloud save service, because I've had PSN for a while, and of course, as you may know, my PS3 died. I'm using another PS3 now that I got from Aneta, and unfortunately, I did not have cloud saves turned on. I didn't even know that was a feature with PlayStation Network, or with PS Plus rather. So I lost all our saved games, all of them. I mean, they're there on the old hard drive, but unless I can get the old hard drive fixed, you know, we're fucked. Basically, there's no way to retrieve those files. They're just gone. Well, not gone, but inaccessible. Because the problem is with PlayStation stuff is it's all proprietary, so it's all linked to the specific machine that the hard drive was originally in. You can't just pull the hard drive out and put it in a new PS3. It's all linked, like it's all connected, so it has to be on the same machine, the same serial numbers, same everything. Otherwise, you can't access it. So that's annoying. All right. So hopefully someday I'll be able to retrieve those files somehow, but it will require repairing the old PS3. There are services that will do that, so I might just see if we can do that. But that's money. That's a luxury I can't afford right now, and it's not terribly important. I was able to recover all of the games. Like, I downloaded everything I ever bought for the PS3 when I installed the SSD drive. So so everything we've ever owned is there, and I pre-installed all the games we have on disc, so that's all good. And at most there might be a few updates that need to be run, but otherwise everything I've ever owned is on that hard drive now, on that SSD drive. So yeah, pretty cool. Damn it. Yeah, it kind of falls apart a little bit, but that's okay. We're all friends here. We'll clean the stovetop after. There we go. There. Yeah, when it cools, it'll all kind of hold together better, but like when it's in the fridge and stuff, so that's fine. So there you go, it's a nice big pile there. And then, well, yeah, that's because the PS5 uses an M2. Those are that's what my new computer has. That's like the latest generation SSD. It's not like the old ones where it's like a hard drive that plugs into the hard drive controller. It plugs directly into the motherboard, so the system has more direct access to it. So it's much faster. It's much faster. Just all across the board. So so yeah, that's why. M2, man, that's the way to go. Or M.2, I guess technically is the thing, but you know, you just say M2. People know what you mean. God, this made a bit of a mess, didn't it? That's okay. Messes can be cleaned. It's not the end of the world. That is a big portion. Look at that. Beautiful. Magically delicious. Alright, just going to take this to Rose. Get us a nice Christmassy napkin. I get stacks of napkins from my aunt every Christmas, so we just use them for whatever. Some water here. She likes her big water bottle, so I just fill that up. Good to stay hydrated. Smooth. And the final touch, splash. Enjoy, sweetie. You're welcome. Alright, let's get you guys back over to where the action is about to be. Hold on. Hi. How's it going? Yeah, we're gonna need to move that. Let's move the keyboard. Exactly, that's why M2 is like magic. It just gives the, you know, there's less middlemen, I guess, between the hard drive and the, you know, the motherboard. Alright, hold on, let's switch back to the sexy mic. Hi there, how's it going? Alright, turn that up a little bit. Excellent. Alright, So let's see what we got here. Oh, look at that. Oh, yeah. That is some good shit right there, folks. Look at that. And of course, baking it, it's like the flavor of the sauce gets right into the noodles and everything. It's so good. But this is a pretty simple meal that anybody can make. Don't really need to do much even in terms of spices and stuff because you got the sauce, you know. Just use your favorite sauce. And you get about 6 portions out of it. And one portion should be plenty filling if you've loaded it up with ingredients, you know. This is good stuff. And then for dessert, we'll have a couple of gummies. That is some good eating. That's an interesting rumor. So, rumor that John Krasinski and Emily Blunt may be playing Mr. Fantastic and the Invisible Woman in Doctor Strange 2. And depending how the audience receives them, may decide whether or not they play the characters in the upcoming Fantastic Four movie. So it may just be multiverse variants, or the ones that will become part of the MCU. Interesting. Confirmed by multiple insiders. Well, okay. Some performance issues? Like what? Because I know PS2 games on the PS4 are like upgraded versions. They're up-rendered to 1080p at 60 frames per second, and they look fantastic. I have a few of those. I got some of my old favorites, and they look amazing. One in particular I really like is, I think looks really good, is Kinetica, which is basically a futuristic racing game. It's very good. It takes place in like all these futuristic neon splashed cities and whatnot. And it's kind of a gravity-defying racing game, so you're like going up walls and underneath things and through tunnels, and it's crazy. All set to this ripping techno soundtrack. So good. A lot of fun. That nice big chunk of cheese on there. Michael. Because you mentioned it, I did rewatch both Amazing Spider-Man, like, since yesterday. I did watch both Amazing Spider-Man films. Still adore the first one. Actually didn't hate the second one as much as I originally did. Now, question, what did you hate about it? Because I was kind of scratching my head. Like, I did see some minor issues, like with plot and continuity and stuff, but nothing that made it inherently unwatchable, I didn't think. Like, I was really expecting just an absolute shit pile of a disaster from how everyone reacted. But then I watched it and I'm like, what's the problem? Like, it's not perfect. The first one's better structurally. I mean, it is quite a complex plot. Maybe that was it. There's a lot of shit that goes on in that plot. Yeah, exactly, Mike. That's kind of what my thinking was. Like, I went in, I was kind of looking for flaws. I'm like, so I got in like I'm about 90 minutes in. It's mostly been the Electro story and Gwen possibly leaving for England story. And at that point, I don't think we've even met Harry yet. And then I'm just like, what's the problem? This is fine. You know, I'm not wild about the design of Electro, but the story is fine. I thought. You know, I mean, it's Jamie Foxx, to be fair. I mean, you can give him just about anything and he'll make it enjoyable. Dude's an amazing actor. I'm looking forward to seeing how his character is revisited in the new one. I know they redesigned him again slightly. I am a little miffed, though, because clearly they were setting it up for a third one with the Sinister Six thing going on. Like, Harry was looking to set up the team. So it would have been nice to see that to round out the trilogy, because it was clearly leading up to that. I just thought a few aspects of the story kind of stretched credibility a bit, but I mean, not so much so that it took me out of it. I was just like, okay, this is just like superhero silliness. Things have to happen quickly in superhero land, you know? A surprise feature I like on the PS5, the PS5 will record video of your trophies you earn automatically, so I can upload them to YouTube, and it automatically takes screenshots of your trophies and allows you to upload to Twitter. Yeah, actually, PS4 does that too. I don't think it does videos, but it does do screenshots automatically. Because I went into my trophies recently, and I saw they all had screenshots. I'm like, oh, look at that. Neat. Oh my god, that was so good. Holy shit, that was good. This napkin is way bigger than I need. I don't know why. It's so huge. I'm guessing Michael is currently typing an essay about Amazing Spider-Man 2. I look forward to reading it. So that was sort of the first thing I wanted to get done today. The second thing, which I'm dreading tackling, is catching up on the past 2 weeks worth of streams. I uploaded videos of my trophies and someone had to complain to me about it. Whatever. Dude, I upload what I want. Sometimes people complain. Most of the time they don't. So, whatever. I mean, just whatever, you know? Don't let it get you down. Oh, it's okay. Michael says, I mainly found Max Dillion pre-Electro to be very goofy. Sorry, trying to figure out why it won't let me post the full message. Some of the stuff you mentioned. And unlike Amazing Spider-Man, I could just sense the studio interference. Yeah, I guess just trying to shoehorn in as much crowd-pleasing stuff as they can or whatever. But, yeah, well, and seeing how many deleted scenes there were, too. Like, I'm really wondering, will we see an extended cut at some point that reincorporates some of that material? And is there more material beyond what we've seen? So... Oh, I see, yeah. Yeah, I can see that. He says, also, I don't like the idea they suggested that Peter's dad says that the spiders contained his DNA, and somewhat saying it is his destiny to be spider. Well, I don't know that he was necessarily saying that. It was just that the reason it worked with Peter was because he was genetically compatible, essentially, because his father's DNA was a part of it. But the alternate ending, I don't think so, unless it's on the blue. Oh, or Peter's dad is alive. Well, there's yeah, there was. I watched all the deleted scenes, and I did see the one where he meets his dad in the graveyard, and that's where they sort of reunite, and it's very emotional and whatnot. If that's the part you're talking about. Which I don't think was the end. It was just, it was close to the end. Because the end is where he's fighting Rhino. We'll never see how that fight ended. Andrew's acting is pretty much... Oh, yeah, no, the flood of emotions. He goes through so much in that scene. Yeah, no, it's an amazing scene from an acting standpoint. Absolutely. Well, I mean, to be fair, Andrew Garfield is a hell of an actor. He's got some chops, man. And the death of Gwen, that whole scene where he's just sort of coming to the realization of what happened. I mean, it just tears your heart out, Sorry, fucking eczema here. There. Sally Field, yeah, no, and she's great. I mean, she's like an award-winning actress. It's been around for, well, pretty much as long as I have, longer than I have, I guess. I remember her in many things when I was a kid. I'm gonna put some polysporin on this. I'll be back. speaking of genetically predisposed, I got eczema from my mom, basically. I'm not sure what causes it to flare up. It's like a vitamin deficiency or something. Anyway, I'll be right back.